I was living in a car for a little bit. I was living in there for like a month or so.
Really?
And yeah, I had to like just figure it out. I had a boy call me. Shout out to Keem again. Keem called me up. I was living in my car. Homeless! Wow. Don't quit. Don't give in. Just go for it. Give it 110%. No matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter if you're chasing your dream and going broke. Just go for it. Yeah. Go for it. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done and you're on your deathbed, are you going to wish you spent more time chasing your dreams or not? You know?
On my very first live stream ever. This is insane. We have a very special guest. I'm excited for this. This is the first ever live podcast I've recorded. This feels weird, I'm not gonna lie. Usually having no live stream. Feel like the live stream's got the pressure up, but it makes it even funner. I want to introduce my special guest today. Hopefully you guys in the Twitch chat are seeing us live right now. Give you an introduction. What's up, James? What's up, brother?
What is going on, yo? This is my first podcast. I'm just as nervous as you, especially live. So, yo, but I'm glad it's here, though. I'm glad it's here. Hopefully everybody in the chat is hype as me. Let me see some W's right now in this chat. Shout out to all my supporters. Shout out to everybody that's been following this journey. And yeah.
Well, brother, thank you for joining me. This is going to be a really cool experience, my first live stream. I don't really get to show this corner off a lot. Nobody really gets to see it, honestly. But this is where the magic happens. This is where I have my most fun. We were talking a bit off camera, and it was just like, it's insane what I've been able to create over the past few years, now becoming a content creator. Checking out your stuff, seeing what you've been able to create, dude. It's actually mind-blowing to me. Like, you just moved into your first house off the money you're making on content. How does that feel, dude?
It feels pretty good. All the mods, for the mods that are watching right now, I just linked my boy Steve's YouTube into the chat. If you could go ahead and pin that for me so everybody can show Steve some love. And yeah, moving into my apartment, it was pretty good. I mean, it was definitely a big risk, I would say. I went red doing it. I went in the red zone. I was not making that much at the time to even really afford it. But now, moving inside apartment, taking that risk, taking that little risk, a calculated risk, because I love my calculated risks. I am now making, a good amount to where I can sustain myself and really do things the serious way.
That's a blessing, dude. Would you recommend that anybody takes that risk? Because you said you went into the red. And one thing, like, people are scared to take that risk where they're going into the red, where they're going pretty much into the deep end. And I've talked about it with my personal friends. I'm like, dude, I don't know if this is the move for me, but me being scared of making that move, it usually turns out being the right move because it gets you in a position where you're uncomfortable. You're not feeling safe. You don't feel that safety net. And you have to make it at that point. Because like you said, you're in the red. If you don't make it, you can't pay rent. You're getting evicted. You're getting booted out.
I'm fucked.
So what's that feeling like? Break it down.
It was definitely uncomfortable for the moment, but as I started really putting my foot down, really starting to grind, it started to feel more normal, and I'm a very huge advocate to take risks. I'm all about taking risks. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, but I tell everybody at home, do not take uncalculated risks. Do not make decisions in the dark unknowingly. If you don't know what's about to happen, maybe don't take it. If you don't know how to navigate through something, don't do it. If you know how to get 50% into the dark, go for it. Risk that 50%.
I want you to break that down a little bit for me. When you say a calculated risk, how exactly am I calculating it? Does that mean I'm breaking down every month? Does that mean I know exactly how I'm about to execute on my plan? Like, your content strategy, is it a calculated risk? Every time you go to post, this is exactly what I need to execute on. This is how I need to edit. Is that a calculated risk for you as well?
Yeah, every single time. Once you have the layout, all you got to do is just change the formula. That's all you really have to do. You just got to change the quality. You got a stove that you cook on, but all you do is just cook the food on it.
Definitely.
So every single time I post something, I'm like, okay, this is what they liked before. All I gotta do is just change the quality of it, make it more energetic, make it more funny, add more jokes, maybe add less jokes, make it more quiet, add more suspense into certain things. A calculated risk is always the best risk I think somebody could take, but if you're in the deep end, maybe don't take that calculated risk. Really just go all in for it if you really got to. But
so where does that energy come from? Did you always have it growing up? Were you always like the comedian in the friend group? Because I feel like I've met some people through the podcasting game where off camera, they're not like how they are on camera. One thing I noticed about you instantly is you're the same person off camera as on camera, which is sick, you know? You don't get to see that every time.
yeah, shout out to my boys out there. Shout out to Keem. He really pushed me into going into content creation. You know, I won class clown back in middle school, and I was always the funny, outgoing type of person, always getting into trouble. I never did work. I'd rather see somebody laugh than do my homework. I did not care about any of that stuff. But yeah, shout out to Keem. You know, he did his first YouTube video. I saw it, and I was just like, yo, you know, maybe I should listen to everybody, because everybody always told me, yo, you just need a camera following you. You're just so entertaining and so random. It just needs to be caught on film. And I saw Keem's first video, and I was like, you know what? Yo, I called him up that day. I'm gonna pick up the camera, and you know, dropped out of college, and now we're here.
So when was that specific day? Like, when's the first day you started filming and then saying like, I'm gonna stick with it forever? Because you just said you filmed and dropped out of college. That doesn't seem like a calculated risk. I'm gonna say that first. But
so the calculated part was, I guess, knowing that I was entertaining. And then the rest was learning how to make the jokes, learning on what types of jokes work, what don't, you know. My first video ever, and how I got started into it, I was with a girl. So I was with a girl. I was in the car with her, and I was just like, yo, what would you think if I started YouTube?
What'd she say?
She was just like, I personally would watch you.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's enough. Because I barely knew her at the time. So it's just like, you don't really know me, but if you view me as entertaining, then maybe I should do it. And that same night, I filmed the video, posted it that same night.
Isn't that crazy? Because I see it all the time, and I even see it in myself. Like, people think you need to get to a level where you have 10,000 followers, 100,000 followers, 1 million followers for you to start believing in yourself.
Yeah.
But the really cool thing, it's like half the time being a creator, all you need is that one person believing in yourself. Even if it's not the girlfriend, even if it's not the friend, it could be yourself, where you look in the mirror and be like, yo, I'm funny as shit. Like, the things I say, dude, like, if I had a camera following me, just like your buddy said, I could go viral easy, you know?
Yeah.
So I always say, if your friends are making content, you should support them regardless of who they are, what they're doing, because that one person supporting you can make a world of a difference, you know?
Yeah. And I totally agree. You don't need that many followers to make a difference. I think if you start looking at things towards numbers, you start losing the joy of everything you do. Because you're like, I'm going down on views. I lost 10 followers today. And then you get demotivated, and, you know, you start losing out on the joy that brings you into everything, you know?
Because I have to ask you, because it's something that I definitely see in everybody. And even in myself, when I first started YouTube and I got my first 40 views, 50 views, I was super excited. But now I'm kind of numb to that number in a sense. Like, if I don't get that number and I only get 10 views, 20 views, I feel terrible. And it's just something I had to learn with time. Do you feel like you had to learn the same thing? Like, doesn't matter how high the views are, how low the views are, like, you're doing it because of the love of the game. You're doing it for the process, you know, because you love creating content. You love laughing and looking at your own videos and being with your boys. Is that something you had to, like, experience for yourself?
Yeah. I still sort of struggle with it. I'm not even gonna lie. I still, you know, sometimes the numbers get to me a little bit. I'm like, damn, this video didn't do that good. This video only did 300,000. That's not enough. But when you're in somebody else's shoes, they're like, dang, like, I wish I had 300,000 people watching me right now, you know? So I'm still learning it, like, yo, I'm really doing this for fun. I'm not doing this for the numbers, you know? And often, very, very often, I would say, if I film a video and I don't like how it turned out, I won't even post it.
Really?
I just can't, like, if I don't find it funny, and I know the people that watch me are not going to find it funny, I don't even want them to see it, you know?
Interesting.
So I don't care if it took me 3 hours to film. I'm like, nah, this wasn't good. This wasn't my best work. I can't let these people down. And I just delete it. Whole thing.
Really? How does it feel to work on a video for 3-4 hours and then sometimes not see the results you want to see? Like, I know it's got to be gut-wrenching in a sense. How do you get over that feeling of, like, this one didn't hit, but it's all right. I'm going to keep working, keep trying to get better, and then the next one's going to hit?
It doesn't feel that good, but, you know, the only way, I don't look at it as negative all the time. I try my best not to.
Mm-hmm.
I look at it as like, okay, why did it do so bad today? What went wrong? Did I not brush my teeth?
Yeah.
Was my mouth stinking? Am I tasting the food from yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
Is it, like, what's going on? Why did this whole thing end up like this today? And the next day I'll fix it and then redo the same video with a better mindset, because energy is, I think, everything. So you gotta change the lens on how you see life. You know, you can't look at everything as like, oh, today was bad, tomorrow might be even worse. You gotta look at it as like, okay, today went bad. All right, I'm gonna fix it in an hour, or I'm gonna fix it tomorrow. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I was just checking on my end real quick. Sorry about that. My live stream wasn't up on YouTube. See, this is the thing when it's your first time. I had it as unlisted, and I just got a text from my buddy. He's like, "Dude, I don't see it." I'm like, "Oh shit."
I'll tell you guys. What do you guys think about? What do you guys think at home if you're watching this podcast right now and you're seeing this interview? What do y'all think about live streaming, interviewing people? What do y'all think about it? I think it's like the greatest idea.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why more people don't do it. It's not, you know, anything premiered. A lot of people do premiered podcasts where it's already pre-recorded and they just live stream what's already pre-recorded. Where here, it's, if there's a fuck up, there's a fuck up. You know? It's cool. I like it. Good. Love it. See? I'm telling you.
Yeah, I think it's got to be the way to go.
I know the sauce a little bit. I kind of know what I'm talking about. There's a method to the madness. You just got to trust it. That's all you got to do.
Definitely.
Telling you.
It's just crazy because one thing the chat might see me doing, I'm the one over here jumping around on the camera, so you see I'm jumping back and forth. My boy giving you guys a look. But I'm
about to eat him.
But it's definitely cool. I love the live stream aspect. We were talking about it earlier. I feel like every kid nowadays, the popular thing to do is live stream.
Yeah.
But what I could tell from you and what I also spoke about is we were in the live streaming before it was the popular thing to do.
Yeah.
Just because it's the love of the game. Back at the same topic. Like, people who I see succeed the most in live streaming and content are the people who are doing it because they genuinely like it. Because, like, you know better than anybody, when there's a video that you expect to blow and go viral and it doesn't do the numbers you want it, you might be down and depressed for a day or two and be like sad about it, but you're not going to stop because you love the game too much to stop. But you've probably seen it within hometown friends, maybe people you might know. There's plenty of people who start that Instagram, get up to 50 followers, start that TikTok, one video does well and then the next one doesn't. And then the second they have a video that doesn't do well, they just completely stop.
Yeah, and that ultimately just comes down to who really has the grit, who really has the passion to do what you do, you know? And like you said, there's been a lot of people that start doing a video. They had a few videos do really good. They got one or two videos that just go straight to the gutter, and then they just stop. And it's just like, well, you didn't really want to do this. You just wasted your own time here. Like, why even do it? Why even start? Like you said, I started my first ever stream back at my first apartment, which I lost due to chasing this dream. I lost that apartment. I started live streaming. I was live on YouTube and Twitch at the same time back in 2022, 2021. Yeah. You know? And, you know, yeah, like I was off the Xbox. I was streaming off of an Xbox with a 7020 camera. And it was just glitching, shut down, break, upgraded to the MacBook. I was streaming off the MacBook and off of boxes. I had a MacBook and I was streaming off boxes, crashing all the time. Shout out to all the OGs out there that remember the MacBook on the box streaming, and it would crash when we load up YouTube. It was just terrible.
Yeah. See, that's what's crazy to me, because I actually had this conversation with my brother earlier this week, because I finally got a capture card. I needed a capture card for the studio. And I was like, wow. I remember being 14 years old, and I'm like, if only I had this, I'd be going viral. Like, if I had a capture card. And then I got the capture card, and it's in my hands, and I'm like, dude, it's not what you have, it's what you do with what you have.
It's just like the bedroom. If I knew the knowledge on how to hit the spot back then, I probably could have kept her now. You know? But, you know, sometimes you just got to work with the magic wand you got. Some ones are bigger, some ones are smaller. You just got to make the most of what you got.
Yeah, really definitely.
Somebody just said, yo, I get to see the real envy. All right, bro. I guess so.
I just think it's hilarious because people, like, there's so many people out there that wait to have the perfect stream set up, wait to have the perfect PC, and then you just said it. You were streaming off pretty much shoe boxes, off a broken down Xbox, like, but you were having fun with it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I tell people all the time. Like, don't wait for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment's never going to come.
Yep.
The perfect moment is right now, when you just start. And then you have to go after it with everything you have, because if you put 50% into it, 60% into it, you're going up against people like me and you, people who are putting 110% day in and day out. You think you're going to win like that?
No, never. You can never win. I tell all the people who've heard this before, and I'm going to say it again. The universe is the most fair bank in the world. If you put 100 in, you always get 100 out. There's no other way around it. Perfect timing, perfect good luck, you would say, comes every single day you show up. Because you can't miss a lucky day if you're doing the shit you love every single day. You know? And yeah, bro, you just got to, you can't give up. You can't miss a lucky day if you're there.
Exactly. So, I wanted to ask you, this is a question I like to ask a lot of my guests. How do you handle the pressure of being a content creator? Because one, it's not just focusing on the views, it's also focusing on the noise, like what I like to call noise, because there's a lot of
voices in the head.
Yeah, because it's your it's your own voices.
Deal with that shit a lot.
It's your own voices, but as well as the outside voices. You have thousands of people commenting on your life daily. Yeah. There's people that don't know you, but there's also people that probably do know you commenting. Yeah. And it's definitely not good stuff all the time, because with love there comes hate. You know, and you know you're doing something good, especially on the internet, when there's hate coming. So how do you deal with that?
I would say, you know, see where the noise is coming from. You know, I would say the worst noise and the worst negative and the worst, you know, criticism to get is from your close friends, and even worse than that, your own family. My parents, especially my mom, did not and does not support anything I do, you know, and the best thing to do, and even if you have a best friend that doesn't support or doesn't like what you do, the only thing you have to do is just cut those people off instantly. Really? You know, negativity is contagious. It's sticky. You know, when somebody gets into an argument and you walk in the room, you know, you feel it. You're like, oh, something just happened. Yeah. And if you're doing something that you love, and every single day you're hearing it from your mom, your brother, your friend, your dog, oh, you're not going to do it, you're not going to make it, just give it up, there's no point. You just got to cut those people off, because, you know, they don't see the vision that you're seeing, and you just got to follow it through. You just got to cut out the noise as much as you can. If it's getting rid of them, if it's not talking to them for a year or two and then coming back when you got it, then that's what you got to do, you know? And that's it.
That's good to think about, because I never really heard it in that way, which is an interesting point. Because I feel like the only reason I'm taking a second to react to it is because I've done it in my own life without realizing it. Like starting my content journey, starting the path I've been on in the past year, it's not that I cut anybody off, but in the sense I did. They just don't hear from me, and it's not really my fault or their fault per se. It just, our visions didn't align, and I couldn't hear that outside noise anymore, because the type of person I am, I let that stuff get to me, you know what I mean? At that point, I was just a softer person mentally. I had to go through some roadblocks where I'm like, all right, if this guy says whatever about me, like, I just pretty much need to put the work in. So I know when I look at my work, I know the outcome of it in the sense of what you could say about me means nothing to me because I know the work I've put in is way more than you would ever even know about, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true. You know, you just gotta cut them off. You just gotta like not talk to them. If you gotta separate, you gotta separate. You got visions that nobody else can see, and there's a reason for that. You know, they're not supposed to go where you're going.
Yeah, and that's one thing I see with entrepreneurs and content creators, because in the end of the day, content creators are entrepreneurs. You're literally creating a path for yourself that has never been there, especially for the people around you. For the most part, most people don't have somebody in their family who's a successful content creator, who's a successful entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So when you're dreaming of pretty much touching the moon, grabbing a few stars on the way back, of course people are going to look at you like you're crazy. Like, you technically have to be crazy. It's something I say time and time again. You have to be crazy. You have to be delusional. Like, you're literally believing and manifesting in a life that you have yet to live, you know?
Yeah.
But you need to be certain of it because we just spoke about it. There's going to be days where those views aren't coming in. Those comments aren't coming in. The likes, the follows, the people aren't going to be showing as much love. And those days are the days you need to stay most certain on the path and where you're headed to and make sure you're sticking with success.
You got to make sure your mind is right, bro. Always. You always got to make sure you're good. And this is to touch back on the point before. You have to be selfish to be selfless. I've said this before. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to stick by it for right now. You have to be selfish to be selfless. You got to focus on you to feed other people. If you're too busy saving everybody while you got nothing, you can't save nobody. You're not going to be able to do any more, you know? You're going to wake up one day and you're going to be like, "Oh, damn, I'm 50. I was taking care of all these people and I got nothing now." You know? So you got to be selfish to be selfless. Do the things you have to do now so you could come back in a year and be like, "Yo, I got everything now. I had to take this step back, though, and make sure I was good." You know?
Yeah, which is, I like that you said that because it's something that a lot of people like to ignore. And a lot of people, when they start on their mission or their path on content creation or their path on success, they think they need to carry everybody around them with them. And I was one of those people as well. But I like that you said you got to be selfish. Because if you're not selfish first, how are you going to be selfless? How are you going to help everybody if you can't even help yourself? Does it make sense?
Exactly.
And it's something I explained on a bunch of previous episodes, but it's one of the reasons I got back into the gym, one of the reasons I started reading, one of the reasons I started content, because I want to motivate the people around me in every aspect of my life. I said I wanted to be the pillar that everybody looks at like, wow, I can be like this. Because if you know me in real life, you know I'm no different from you, you know? I'm just a human being. I'm just putting in effort every day. And you could see the progression daily. Unlike online where you might see me once a week, once every 2 weeks. You get to see me every day in real life, see me change and see the effort and also struggle. Because I could only imagine what type of struggles you might be going through in the background, you know?
There's been some days, bro. There's been some days. I was living in a car for a little bit. I was living in there for like a month or so.
Really?
And yeah, I had to like just figure it out. I had a boy call me. Shout out to Keem again. Keem called me up. I was living in my car, homeless. Wow. I had nothing to eat, and he called me up. Yo, I saw on your story that you've been homeless for like a couple of days. You could just come crash at my crib. We're on the phone, and I looked at him on FaceTime. I was like, bro, I can't. I need to struggle. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, you're like, are you crazy? I was like, bro, I need to figure this shit out. I can't just, I'm going to go sleep here and not figure nothing out. I need to be down in the gutter. I need to be in the mud. I need to be burning and figure how to get out, And, one day I figured it out. And in order for me to come back home, I had to give away my first dog. I had to give him up.
Really?
Yeah, my parents are like, yo, you want to come back home? You got to get rid of that dog. And I was just like, fuck, bro. And I was like, I see the vision. I see it happening. And now I'm about to get 2. So it's all working out now. It's all doing what we got to do. So,
That's sick.
You just got to really be in there, Got to really do it. You got to really go through it.
How was that feeling giving away your dog? Because for me, you saw I got 3 dogs. Like, those are my babies for real. I don't got kids, but those are my kids. Like, those are my boys.
Yeah, it was
Man's best friend.
It wasn't that painful but it was a little bit of like a punch in the gut. You know, it was a little bit. I tell this famous story all the time. I had my first dog, my first ever dog I had. He was sold on my birthday.
Wow.
Yeah, on my 10th birthday. I'm coming home. My dad's like, "Yeah, the guy's coming to pick up the dog." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, we're selling the dog today." And my dad at the time, he didn't know it was my birthday that day. And I was like, "Yeah, today?" He's like, "Yeah, today." I'm like, "It's my birthday." He's like, "No, it's not." I was like, "Yeah, it is." He's like, oh well. He's gonna be gone when you get home. And I was just like, bro, what? I was in my parents' room, looking at my dog being walked off into somebody else's car, and I'm sitting there. Come back, don't go. I was praying. I was like, yo, just jump out the car and come back to me.
Yeah.
So when I sold this dog to go back home and, you know, really put every single plan into place, you know, it didn't feel too bad because I was. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. It didn't feel too bad because I'm sort of numb to it a little bit, you know, but it did hurt just a little bit. So everybody's saying LOL, so it's funny. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to Jax. I just seen him in the YouTube comments. That's my first ever viewer on live. So shout out you, Jax. That's love. But
So,
I wanted to jump back into another question for you. Because you said you dropped out of college and you just knew it was going to work out. When was the first video that you dropped and the numbers showed, like, all right, I could do this? Like, when was that first feeling for you when you're like,
well,
now I have no other chance? Like, this is for me.
Well, here's a little kicker, though.
Mm-hmm.
My first ever video I was ever posting was in high school. I was posting comedy sketches in high school, but it was about the people in the school.
Wow.
I was making fun of and joking with people that I actually see in my real life.
Oh,
and I wasn't scared. I put their name at the top. This skit, this comedy, it's about you. It's about you. I'm making fun of you right now, and I want you to know it. And you know, that was my first, and I first started getting, you know, that first traction, I guess. It hit like 2,000 views. Mm-hmm. Everybody in the school saw it. They were like, "Oh my God, yo, that comedy sketch you did about the kids in class, that was so funny. Like, oh, I feel exactly this way about this person too." And it was just a whole other thing. But my first video on YouTube, I knew it was gonna work out, but I knew it was going to take some time. My first video on YouTube didn't even do that good. I think it's probably at maybe 20 views right now. Like, it was my first one, but, you know, it feels different when you hit the big numbers. So
yeah. It's funny you say that. And I got another question for you right after this point, but it's a point that I made when I first started YouTube. I went into my favorite creators' YouTube videos, and I looked at the first videos they posted. Because you said it still got 20 views, but you've had YouTube videos now that have done really well, you know?
Yeah. But and the thieves. Yeah, and all you thieves that have been taking my content and reposting it. Bro, I'll tell you, bro. I posted a video, 20,000 views. Somebody reposted it on their channel. 7.1 million.
Wicked. What?
Bro, unreal.
That's sickening. I might throw up. How did you feel about that?
I mean, when I first heard about it, when people were telling me, yo, people are stealing your content and they're like tripling, quadrupling your views, I was like, damn, why? But you know, I try not to hate on people. So I was just like, hey, I don't know what he's going through. I don't know what's going on in his head. Maybe he needed that money. Maybe he obviously needed it more than me. You know? So I let if you're taking my content, hey, bro, I hope it's for a good cause, and if it's not, hey, bro, that's not up to me to judge. You know? Yeah. So this is what it is.
Where did you get that mindset from of it's not up to me to judge, like it's not in my position? Because not a lot of people would have that same mindset.
I think it's just being real. Like, you gotta be real in life. You gotta be real, and it does bite you in the butt sometimes because they say fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
There's nothing fake about believing, though. Ain't nothing fake about that. Like,
Yeah.
so, you know, I try my best to just be as real as I possibly can and be like, you know what you're going through, I don't know. So you do what you got to do. I'm not, because in the end, there's this quote, we would all do the same as somebody else if we was living the life they lived. So I don't know what you're going through, but if I'm looking at you and saying, oh, I want to do all this, what he's doing right now, I would never do that.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, if I was living your life, I would do the same thing. So, you know, I try to keep my mind. I don't try to be envious of people. I try to just be like, yo, I'm proud of you, bro. Do whatever you got to do.
It's definitely a good perspective to have. That's something I like to highlight on this show a lot, is that perspective is everything in this world.
Yep.
Because I've met the brokest people financially, but the richest in life because of the perspective they have. The mentality they have to wake up every day with a positive mindset, a positive attitude. I see it in them. Their life is much fuller, much richer.
Yeah.
And like, there's a lot of people, including myself, I was like this, where money meant everything to me. If I didn't have money, I was nobody. If I did have money, I was somebody.
Yeah.
And then that's when I realized, like, there's a lot more to life. Like,
yeah.
What's really important to me, at least now, are the relationships I'm building, the new relationships I'm making.
Yeah.
And just touching grass for you bums out there. But
touching grass.
Yeah, but actually going outside, experience new aspects of life, and as well as the relationships, because money comes and goes. You know, Everybody knows that now.
That's all money is. I just stuttered right there. I just saw a comment. Somebody said, "James, tell him about the worm in your pocket. Stop worrying about my worm, bro. Stop worrying about that shit. It's my worm. Leave it alone." Damn. But did you want to see the worm in my pocket?
Pull it out.
Oh, shit.
No, I'm messing. But is there something you feel like you have yet to master that you're working on now?
Everything.
Really?
Every single thing. I don't have content down 100%. I don't have everything. Because if I had everything, I would have everything.
Yeah.
You know? So if I knew, and this is something that I tell people all the time, like, if you know so much, you should be more successful in life.
Yeah.
So it's like, do you know all of this? I really don't. I don't know. I'm still learning how to walk. You know, I'm at the I would say right now in the stages of content and everything like that, I'm about to start walking now. I'm about to start. I'm like, you know what? Nah, I am walking. I am walking right now, because crawling, I didn't have no money. I had $0 into my bank, you know. So now I'm sort of walking, and the next step is to start running. So, you know.
So, when you speak about the next step is running, what is that next step for you? Do you have anything planned out in the sense of, like, now I know you're streaming, you're also creating YouTube videos, skits. What's the next step? Where are you running to?
We got to get, shout out to all my community. Only for food. Yo. I'm not running to the food, but the next step, everybody knows this. I try not to say too much about it, but we will be in a movie. We have to make it happen. I got to be put into a movie and do my best. Turn these skits into real life, like I'm really now in a movie. So that's the next steps.
I feel like I don't even need to ask this, and I know the answer, but what type of movie? What's the first, like, genre? Give me a genre. Where are we playing?
I think I'm more of the comedy action type, you know? But the people that watch me, they're like, nah, I need to see you in a drama horror movie. And I'm just like, why? Like, that don't even match me, but they're like, that's the point. So
interesting.
You know, I hope to go into maybe, like, you know, not hope, be put in a Marvel movie. You know, be put into a Netflix series where I can really showcase the true talent that I have and show everybody that you all you need is a community. You know, so.
Yeah, I want to give a quick shout out to Chosen Slime in the comments too. He's always showing love on my videos. He said, "Crazy alive, loving this. Feel you, my guy. That's the biggest thing for content creators nowadays." Do you feel like live content is the biggest thing for content creators nagadays?
It is. But it's all about the production of it. A lot of people are, a lot of people are going live, but they're talking, hey guys, Nah. Huh? Bro, stop. Yeah. What's up? That like that's not like that's the live content that people don't want to see. You know, people want to see stuff like this. Yo, this is a live podcast where they're not talking about hoes. This is a live podcast where they're actually, you know, talking about real life. Yeah. Like this is like we're gonna see, and we are seeing the progressions of the next superstars. That's what people want to see. You know, and I think I just moved my seat down, but hey, bro,
you're good. No, it's cool. You were the one that actually gave me the idea to do a live podcast, and I'm honestly a fan of it. Like I like it because, let's say push comes to shove and we started getting quiet. Like the chat is still bursting out questions. Maybe my chat not because I got 2 people in it. But it's still sick. Anybody's even asking questions.
But those people, I've been learning this now, and it's one of the most important things to do. It don't matter if you got 0, 1, or 1 million. Treat that one person watching like 1 million people are watching.
Yeah.
You know, give your best. Show out your best things and show them as real as it can get. Because if you're treating that one viewer, this is what people do often. They'll see 100 people in their chat, and they'll be like, "Damn, like that's not nothing compared." And they compare, and comparison is the thief of all joy. You know, they're gonna sit there. Oh God, 100. This next person has 500,000 people watching him live. And they get, you know, but it's like, bro, you got 100.
Yeah.
Be proud that you got the 100. Be happy. Like shout out to all the people watching right now. We got 11 people. I usually average close to 30. I got 11. I'm still gonna be me at the end of the day, and that's what everybody has to do. If you're gonna get into live streaming, and if you're gonna get into content, treat the one person like it's like 1 million people. Always.
Yeah. It's
know?
definitely.
Shout out to the 2 people watching on YouTube. Shout out to them.
Shout out to you guys. It's honestly like a surreal feeling because I've never, like I said earlier, I'd never live streamed my podcast before. So one thing that I've learned in this past year of content creation is just be grateful for the eyes that are on you.
Yep.
Because, all right, I'm talking perfectly fine with you. Our conversation's flowing. But God forbid there was 5 other people on the sideline watching. I'd be shook, you know? So
5 guys. 5 guys with their... okay.
Oh.
I almost... I stopped myself. Forgot we're on a podcast.
But...
My fault, guys.
But yeah, like, one thing I try to tell everybody, and also I talk about to a lot of my guests, is the importance of realizing when 100 people are watching you, don't take that for granted. Like you said, comparison is a thief of joy. Don't compare yourself to other people because, first of all, you don't even know what they've been doing. Like, you're probably comparing yourself to a creator who's already been at this for 5 years and failed for 4.5 and just succeeded in the last 6 months, which is insane. Like, if you stay on your lane and you realize, like, if you were to step on stage right now in front of 100 people, would you be able to perform the same way you're performing right now?
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, everything, I can't even, I don't know how I would react. I would hope, I think I would act more like this, the way I am right now. Right now, I'm acting very, I don't know, chat, how am I acting right now? This is like what people usually get when I'm talking to somebody. This is like what they get off camera. On camera, I might be a little bit more crazy, but in front of 100 people, I would hope I'm like, just like this being me. That's all I can be. So, I don't know.
Yeah, so I try to put that into perspective for people. It's like, when you only get 100 views, when you only get 50 views, like, imagine yourself standing in front of 50 people, 100 people. When I got 100 followers on YouTube earlier in the year, I posted a picture of me happy as hell in this studio and then another picture of 100 people in a room. And I was like, these are the amount of people following me. Like, when you put it into that perspective, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I try to remind myself of that all the time because even now that I'm at 700 subscribers, I'm like, damn, I want to get to the 1,000 point. I'm not at that 1,000. Sometimes I get down on myself. Like, I haven't reached that landmark yet. And I'm like, I'm shit. And I want to stop so many days. But I'm like, I need to keep going.
Yeah. And you just got to keep going through the humps because that's the next thing that people don't talk about. It's like, oh, all I want is 1,000. Then you got the 1,000. No, now I want 10. Now you're unhappy even more. So you just gotta go through the motions, be happy. Always try and be happy as much as you possibly can. I tell everybody that. Everybody knows what I say at the end. Spread peace, love, and positivity, bro. Just be as happy. Show as much love as you can. And, bro, try not to get too greedy. A lot of people deal with greed. Oh, I want this. Nah, I want this next. I want this next. Be happy with what you got. You can want other things, but don't turn into, I would say, I don't even know what. Don't turn into a vulture. You know, vultures will eat their own kind to get what they want. So, don't get greedy.
Yeah, that's an interesting point you make there, and I like that because I feel like in the content creation space, especially, there's money involved, and that's one hard thing and something I've seen. I actually just seen in a podcast recently. I don't know if you've ever seen the Call Her Daddy podcast. It's part of Barstool. Dave Portnoy took him on when they started. It was these two girls that started, right?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's...
Shout out Barstool, though. They reposted me. Yo,
real.
shout out Barstool. I did a video, and they DM'd me. Yo, send us that video. We want to post it on our account. Yeah, shout out Barstool. Y'all are cool. Hopefully, that was over a year ago, but, check in on me, bruh. All you gotta do.
Yeah, but so pretty much it was these two girls doing a podcast together. They started on Barstool, and they blew up at Barstool.
Wow.
And then by the end of year one, their contract was making $70,000 yearly. But the views, they were making millions of dollars, and they were pretty much paying Barstool's bills. And when they went to go renegotiate, one of the friends was willing to stick with Barstool for another year because Dave Portnoy said, if you stick with us for another year, I'll give you the IP, which is pretty much, I'll give you ownership of the entire platform, of your entire name. I'll give you ownership of everything. But you need to stick with us for another year, getting paid, let's say, $500,000. The other girl was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to go renegotiate somewhere else. I'm going to get out of this deal. So what ended up happening is they split. One girl now, recently, she sold to Spotify for, I think, like, an absurd amount of money. Let's just say $500 million.
$500 million?
Yeah, like, it's Joe Rogan money. Like, top podcast at the time was Joe Rogan and then Call Her Daddy.
$500 million?
Yeah, it's an absurd number. I don't know if it's correct. Let's say even $200 million.
You know how many sandwiches I could buy at McDonald's with $500 million? $500 million is a lot of freaking money, bro. That's a lot.
Insane. For doing what we're doing right now with podcasting, which is, in my opinion, one of the coolest things to do in the world, just because, like, dude, I get to sit down, talk to people exactly like you. I get to talk to creatives. I get to talk to people who are just doing stuff in the world, regardless of what it is, and, like, get to chop it up with them, get inside of their mind, and then see what they're about, which, in my opinion, is, like, the coolest job ever. Yeah. Like, I love it more than anything, man.
I would say my mind is a crazy place. Mine's crazy, bro. And I would say a lot of people that are content creators, it's not said, but I think a lot of them are more crazy than people think. Like,
Definitely.
sorry. But 110%, to be in a content creator's mind is definitely crazy. And, yeah, that's really it. It's just a crazy world to be in.
When did you start officially streaming? Because I see you doing 365 days.
Yeah, I'm doing 365 days, being as consistent as possible. Shout out to all the people that have been encouraging me to do it. You know, I started 365 days. Shout out Black Boy Max. He was the one that said, yo, get to doing this. And you're going to build consistency. You're going to build loyalty. Loyalty is the best thing for you as an up-and-coming streamer to do. So I'm on what day am I on? Am I day 12? I think I'm on day 12. Today's day 12, I'm pretty sure. So, and it's been going pretty good. I'm averaging higher than I ever did doing this for 3 years inconsistently. So
yeah.
It's doing pretty good, I guess.
That's sick. No, definitely. I hope the best for you, because one thing you see, not even just in live streaming, but in any content creation, one of the biggest keys is consistency.
100%.
You have to be showing up for your chat. You have to be showing up for your viewers every day. Especially maybe 4 years ago, you didn't need to be as consistent. But nowadays, when I feel like everyone's saying it's so saturated, there's so much competition, there definitely is a lot of competition, but in my opinion, it'll never be saturated. There will always be people out there willing to watch your content, if you're constantly posting, constantly engaging, and constantly trying to get better with every post, there's always going to be a niche or somebody willing to watch you.
You just got to outwork the next person. You just got to outwork. The game is oversaturated until somebody comes up from it being oversaturated, and then you see everything they did, and it's like, wow, he was posting 25 times a day for the for 3 months. I was only posting 3 clips a day for 2 weeks. How's he outcompeting me if the game is oversaturated? But also, one other thing, is there a way that we can do a split screen on here where when you're talking, it can go into a split screen where both of us are showing?
It can. But I would have had to set it up prior. And since it's a first live stream, we messed up.
Yeah, that would be really cool. If they could see you, like, asking your questions and seeing I'm a very, like, facial, like, person. Yeah. So I feel like that would be really cool if you were able to, like, ask your questions and then go into the split screen and then, you know.
What I could do is really for the edited podcast, because right now it's a live stream, and then tomorrow we're going to come out with the edited version. Yeah. I'm going to sit down. I could split screen it in the edited version.
Yeah, I would say like split screening here and there. You gotta like just feel it out. I feel like that'd be. I feel like it'd be really cool if you could do that though.
I actually seen I watch Logan Paul's podcast, a little bit of his last episode, and that was something they did a lot. Like they split screened it between 3 people, which is really cool. But I also tell people, and it's something I was telling my buddy the other day. We talk about all the time. He's like, "Why don't you edit like this? Why don't you edit like that?" I'm like, I don't have a production team. If I set a certain standard of editing, let's say the edit takes me 3, 4, 5 hours, then I need to execute on that standard every time. Because I feel like, 1, I'll let the people that are watching me down, and 2, I'll just let myself down. Like, I'm a psycho. Yeah. So once I set a standard and a precedent, I need to stick at that level. So I try to stay away from all the really tough stuff because I'm my editor, I'm my producer, I'm my manager, as well as trying to start up a business. Like, it's going to be a lot. So
I would say, me personally, just do it.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it. You gotta be hungry. You just gotta keep doing it. Oh, it's gonna be stressful. It's gonna be hard. Just do it. Because when you run out of excuses, the only thing that's left is action. You know? So, you one day in like maybe a year from now, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not in a week, but in a year, maybe 3 months, you're gonna look back and be like, nah, I could have went harder. And that's one thing that you don't want to deal with, because that is, I would say, more demotivating than being around people that telling you that you suck every day. Because if you're just there, oh damn, bro, I could have went harder. I could have done this better. I could have done this. Then you're gonna just live with that every day, and then you're just gonna keep hitting yourself in the nuts the next time you do production. So I'll say go for it.
I might take that into account. I don't know, because I'm just... One thing we were talking about off camera before it started was just right now specifically, like, I'm doing so much, and I don't want to overwhelm myself, because one thing I didn't get to tell you is, like, when I get overwhelmed, I get, like, paralyzed. I get to the point where I'm like, I have so much to do, and I just don't start on anything. Yeah. You know? Because it's like, people talk about the burning out and, like, just feeling burnt out from doing content. But it's not burnt out from doing content. It's like, my content is my life, in the sense of, like, I produce for 8, 9 other shows. I do their content, and then on top of it, I do my content. Yeah. So my whole life is content, 24/7 right now. Like, when people say they have a 9 to 5 and they complain about that, I'm like, try having a 9 to 9. I work 24 hours every single day. I get phone calls every single day. I record, I edit, I chop everything up every single day. Yeah. And it's been nonstop for me. So, like,
you just gotta... Like I said, you just gotta do it. You just have to do it. There's just no other way. 'Cause you're young. You know, you're still young. You gotta be stressed out now. Shout out, and everybody that's watching. You're young. Be stressed. Feel like everything is about to end. Put your soul on fire while you're young, because once you get old, once you turn 50, once you turn 60, 70, 80. And you got that fire in you, you can't even tie your own shoes. All you can eat is applesauce at 70. Yeah. You know, you got to be stressed out now. Do it now. Yeah. You know? And,
do you ever watch any anime?
Yeah, I do watch anime.
You watch Demon Slayer?
Oh, I love Demon Slayer. I love Solo Leveling. I love Naruto. Got it tattooed on me. What's another I'll tell people right now. All the people watching right now, the hundreds of millions of people watching right now, I'll tell you this right now. F One Piece. F Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. I'm that dude that will say it. And I'm here. Yeah, and F Pokemon too. That's just shitty anime as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, you're gonna have the people in the comments going crazy.
It don't matter. I'll do a
ninja
flying kick. Hit them in the head.
I just brought up Demon Slayer because pretty much the last monologue we were talking about, it reminded me of when Rengoku said, like, set your heart ablaze. Like,
oh,
dude,
that was hard.
Dude, talk to me about
that. Was hard. That was hard. I cried during that. I cried. He was like, set your heart ablaze. Oh, yeah. Yes. Set your soul on fire. And if you don't got it, then you're not in the right space every single morning. If you doing what you're truly love and you're not living for other people, because a lot of people do that. A lot of people are living for other people. And they're wondering, I don't have a fire in me. Yeah, bro, you're trying to keep you're trying to keep somebody else's fire alive. You got to keep yours alive, Yeah. So you just got to really do it. You got to set it on fire, bro.
Yeah, that I
fuck Star Wars. Yes, fuck Star Wars. I hate Star Wars as well. Sorry. And Indiana Jones, terrible movies. And Jurassic Parks, all of them, terrible movies as well.
That's great.
I'm serious. I'm not even joking. I'm so serious.
Yeah, I've never watched a Star Wars movie in my life.
Yeah, neither have I.
It's crazy.
Never. Shout out, what is his name? Yoda. Shout out Yoda, though. He's
yeah.
Cool.
I wanted to ask, what was it? Sorry about that.
Also, chat. We're hitting that point. Everybody in the chat right now, start asking questions that you personally want to know about me. Start throwing them in there. Start throwing them in there. People on YouTube, people on Twitch, start throwing them. Start ask some questions. If the mods see it, mods pin it so I can see it. And if you're on YouTube, you're on Steve's end, so that'll be up to him. I got no control of that.
Yeah, it would be interesting to hear what the chat has to say and any questions. That's why this live stream concept is really cool, because we could be on here and it's like, my job as a producer is to produce questions that I would believe the audience would want to hear, whether it's your audience or my audience. But when you have a live audience, that job is gone. They produce the questions in the sense of this is exactly what they want to know right now, which is cool.
Envy, are you going to get 100K this month? Yes, I will hit 100K. I will hit 100,000 followers. I will hit 100,000 YouTube subscribers this month. I will do it. I don't care if I gotta sleep 1 hour a day. I'm hitting it. I got to. So that's it.
What do you think? Is there something about the content game that you feel like nobody talks about, in the sense of
shit?
Film?
Yeah. There's a few things. Shout out to all the skits creators that are not getting the love that they deserve. I would say the most underrated things ever is skits. That it's so underrated. And shout out to all the people that are really grinding out there. Shout out Froki. Shout out Joe Ruth. Shout out Tony Stavacci. Those are I would say the pinnacles. The people that you have to, if you're trying to get into skits, look into those people. They're the ones that are really doing it. And who's another person that's really good at skits? Those three that I just named, I would say they're the best ones out of this generation that are currently going on. They're the best ones doing it. And then you got if you guys want to be great at something, you got to learn from the greats and create your own sauce. You have to do it. Shout out Higa TV. He's been doing skits. I get a lot of my skits, ideas and influenced by him. And
really,
yeah, you got to look at the greats that's ever done it. So,
would there be any other advice if you would give to somebody that wants to start content, whether it be skits, whether it just be lifestyle videos, vlogs? What would be your main advice you'd give to somebody?
Decide whether or not take a night. I've said this so many times. Sit at the edge of your bed. Turn off your phones. Throw them in the garbage if you have to. Put them outside in the front yard. Put them in your car. Sit at the edge of your bed in the middle of the night. Turn off the lights. Sit there in the dark and figure out if you really want to do it. And that goes for anything. Whether it's content, whether it's being a police officer, whether it's being a judge, lawyer, doctor, teacher, anything you want to do. Sit at the edge of your bed. Turn off the screens. And sit there and decide if you really, really want to do it. because that dark feeling is the same feeling you're going to get when you're at your lowest point in chasing your dreams. So that's what I would say. Just sit there and really think about it if you really want to do it.
That's interesting, because I feel like it goes back to the point we made earlier, where it's like, if you don't fall in love with the journey, when you're getting the low views, when people aren't even engaging with any of your content, you're not going to stick with it. That's the people we see start, and then whether it's 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, stop.
Yep.
And the craziest thing is, like, you've seen it as well as I. There's creators that take 10 years to blow up.
Yep.
10 years. You're telling me if they stopped a month before, 9 years and 11 months, a day before, they wouldn't have made it? But after 1,000 episodes, 1,000 videos, the 1,001st one was the one that made it?
Yeah. Somebody just asked, what would you do if you actually quit? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not going to quit. I'm not a man that quits. I can't do it. I can't live with myself knowing I just quit. I can't do it. But that was, I'm trying to see if there was another question that was like really good.
I see. That's what I'm saying, Waffles.
So.
Yeah.
I was about to say something. I forgot what I was about to say.
What would be your dream collab? Like, who would you want to collab with in this space? What's one person you might look up to and be like, we would mesh really well together if we got in a room?
I have no idea. I'm just like, I'm so focused on everything I got going on. I want to be somebody's dream collab. That's like what I'm working towards. I want to, like, when somebody's watching me on the phone, they're like, oh my God, I want to collab with him, you know? But I would say I would want to do a stream with Robert Downey Jr., Tom Holland, who's another actor I would just love to just do a stream with. I think those two are like my number one. Oh my God, Megan Fox. I need to do a stream. I need to do a movie with Megan Fox. Those are like my big three right now, I would say. Like, Robert Downey Jr. has been in my mind. Not like that, but he's been in my mind for like, I would love to get him on a stream. That would be so fire.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Is there ever a moment you had that you wish the internet never saw?
If I had a moment?
Yeah, like, let's say you had a video where it was like, this was a shit video, or like, this was embarrassing. Did you ever feel like, I wish the internet never saw it?
Nah, I don't. Nah, I can't, like, think like that.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, it's just like whatever, you know? Because that's like, if I ever regret, like, oh, I wish I never saw that, then that means I regretted it myself.
Yeah.
And I can't live in regret. Regret is a very dangerous feeling. You don't want to live with regret. You don't want to. It's very bad.
Definitely not.
So any videos I got out there, if I thought it was bad, it's just like, it is what it is. That's my bad side, bro. You know? But it's also like the psychology of it all. Like, some people don't want to see, and you'll lose a lot of people.
Yeah.
But it's just like you gotta try your best to hide it. But I try to be as real and as authentic as I possibly can. So I can't really say there's anything like I wish I never put. It is what it is. It's what it is, bro. I can't do nothing about it. You know?
No, that's sick. Cause when I posted my first YouTube video, I mean, I spoken about this in prior episodes, but I didn't want to post it.
Yeah.
And I still say this all the time, and I'll say it again and again because I just think it's so important for people to hear. Like, I didn't want to post it because I thought it was such shit production, one, terrible quality. I was scared to talk on the mic. I was just scared to even go live, do anything. So I was like, no, I gotta wait till it's perfect. And I'm just like, dude. And I thought I would regret posting it, but after you already posted, this is going to be my 19th podcast, people are barely going to see the first one. Like, unless you go searching for the first one, nobody's going to see what I think shit. So something I was regretting, like, is something that I love now because it's a product I made, and it signifies my journey and how far I've come. Even though it hasn't been long, it hasn't even been a year yet, I feel like I've literally traversed Mount Everest and came back down. Like, that's how cool. Because especially in content, when you're doing it every day on the daily, dude, there's so much growth on it. Not just in content, but everything you do in life. There's growth when you're working at it daily?
I've been doing this content shit for a minute. It's been a while. You know, I dropped out of college my first semester. You know, after I didn't even want to go to college. Yeah. I don't like college. Me personally, I just don't. You know, so my first semester in college, I started posting my first videos, and I was just like, I love this way more. Like, I just love doing this. And then I failed completely. It's all documented. Me living in my car, it's documented. You can go on YouTube and find it. I was living in my car, showering at gas stations, like just trying my best to get by. There's YouTube videos. I have it. My finals exams, I drew on them. All I did was draw stick figures. Oh, what happened in this bank? I drew a stick figure, somebody robbing it. Got the whole thing. I didn't care. I was going into content anyway. So, you know, it's been a hot minute, though. It really has. College isn't for helmet people? All right. There we go. Yeah.
If the mic turned off right now, what would you want people to actually know about you? Is there anything that you might have not said on the internet yet? Maybe something that you might have not said to your chat yet? Is there something that you would want to tell them?
I genuinely love you guys. That's it. I genuinely love you. Like, without y'all watching me, that's... like, y'all are the fuel, bro. Y'all are the coals to my flame. So, I just really love them, and there's nothing really that I'd want them to know about me. I would just hope that they learn more about themselves through me. Yeah. You know, that's what I would really want. Like, I just want you guys to be able to look inward and really make yourselves the best version of yourselves. You know, don't ever, you know, hate yourself. Don't ever beat yourself up. Just be like, yo, I need to change, and you know, I need to do it in a positive way, not a negative way. So that's all I'd really want to say. Like, I love you, and bro, hopefully you're learning about you through me. You know, just guidance. That's really it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I can't lie. What do you want your story?
No homo? Full homo. Full homo. What do you mean no homo? No, full homo.
What do you want your story to stand for at the end of the day? Like, when everything's said and done.
Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't give in. Just go for it. Give it 110%. No matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter if you're chasing your dream and going broke. Just go for it. Yeah. Go for it. Because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done and you're on your deathbed, are you going to wish you spent more time chasing your dreams or not? You know, just go all in. Me chasing my dreams for 5 years, I'm not making any money. So what? Money ain't real because you can't take it with you. When you're dead, you can't take your money. So it's like, bro, just be happy and just be fulfilled and do everything that you want to do now, you know? So.
Is there anybody you could look for or look to for motivation when motivation isn't all the way there?
No, me. The man in the mirror. The man in the mirror. Too many times like I said, even when I went homeless and I was living in my car, I looked at myself, you know?
Yeah.
I just really looked at myself and was just like, yo, I got to keep doing it, you know? And my motivation just comes from me. You know, nobody can move me other than me. You know, it's like I'm a burro. You know what I mean? I'm like a burro. I'm not gonna move. I move me. You know, you can't say nothing to me that's gonna make me move. I'm gonna move myself. Yeah. So I can't. There's not one person that I look to and I'm like, yeah, you're motivating me. There's none. It's just me. That's it.
So what would you say? What's your biggest why? Like, why are you doing all this? Why do you grind so hard? And why do you keep going even when the world's telling you to stop?
I love the world too much. That's the problem. I love the world. I love it. I love everybody here. I love them. I love you all. You know, and there's too many people I love that I just can't. You know, even though my family doesn't support the things that I do. You know, I love them too much. You know, and I'm doing all this for them. I'm doing all this for the people that you know that I really care about. I care about everybody. So that's really it. There you go. Yeah.
I know you I know we spoke about this a little bit earlier, but do you ever feel like you have to put on a performance for people, like when the camera turns on? Like you're just
Never. I never feel like my life is what it is. You know, I'm like this off camera, like you said it. You like I'm just like this. Yeah. You know, so I think it's a blessing. You know, thank God that I have a persona that's just naturally just like this. So. I'm glad that I don't really have to do too much, you know. I might, you know, be more excited, you know, but when the camera's on, but other than that, how I feel and stuff like that, and just sometimes I'm off camera, I'm sometimes really that excited, you know, like, so I'm blessed. I really am blessed for having this personality. I don't got to put on too much.
Yeah.
So
Is there anything people might assume about you that you know it's not true? Whether they say like,
I
right,
don't
this
know.
guy's putting on an act, like we just said, like this guy's putting on an act. There's no way he's like this off camera. Maybe assumptions that just aren't true. Anything you might have seen in your comments? Do people comment weird things to you?
Yeah. Somebody, like they say, pull out your worm. Stop asking about my worm, bruh. Like, damn. You know? But, no, I don't, I mean, everybody views me in a certain, like, I'm not going to sit there and try and change somebody's mind. You're either going to, like, you're going to assume what you want to assume at the end of the day. Like, I'm just going to sit here and be me. And if you're going to stay here long enough and me being me, you're just like, you know what, maybe I made too quick of an assumption.
Yeah.
And that's you, you know? But I don't know. I really don't. I'm just focused on, like, am I making people happy or not? So
I have to ask this just because of the journey you've went on. Was there any time you feel like you made a dumb purchase? Like, was there anything you felt like?
no, because the purchases happen for a reason. Everything in life happens for a reason. So there wasn't not really, bro. Food though, that is. Dino was not a dumb purchase. People say this all the time. Dino, have this. It's an inside joke. If you're not part of the community, then hey, bro, hate to be you, but there's this Dino. He costed me a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. He cost me more than a couple hundreds.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So some people say that was a dumb purchase, you know, but hey, now it's an inside joke. So was it really? You know, it's just like it's not really dumb. Everything happens for a reason. You learn your lessons, you know. So I don't know. I think it's all happens for a reason, you know. You can't say something is dumb until you lived enough life to look back and say it was dumb. You know, because everything in the moment felt like the right decision. You know, and that's something that I also say to people: do not regret the decisions you made because at the time you thought they were the right ones. So why are you going to be mad at the past version of you? Your past version of you thought it was the best decision. In your heart, in your soul, you said this was the right decision at the time. You know, and you did it out of pure intent. You know, and you can't be mad at yourself over it. It is what it is.
Yeah. No, once again, we just keep going back pretty much touching on the same like topics, which is so sick. And this is why I love doing what I do. It's like perspective, dude. Your perspective is amazing just to get to hear from you and like hear how you think of life and have such a positive outlook even when you might not be in the best position. Like, because I promise you, if I had to live from my car just mentally at least a year ago, I know I wasn't the strongest mentally. You know, I mean, I probably wouldn't have made it out of that situation.
Yeah.
But getting to speak to people like you, hearing their mindset, and just, once again, hearing how that could change the outcome of any situation has been truly a blessing, man.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's the lens on how you view life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to adopt the thinkings of somebody that views their life as everything is, it's happening to me, it's happening to me, it's happening to me. Yeah. They're a feather in the wind of life. That's not how life is, bro. That's not it. You just got to change your lens and view everything as a lesson, you know? Don't take a win as a financial win. Don't take, I didn't win, I didn't make enough money that day.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not a win, bro. Like, did you learn something? Yeah, I learned something. Not to do that again. Then you won. You won today. Congratulations. Don't think of it as, I'm not here financially, I'm not winning. Nah, bro. It's all about your mind. That's all it is. If you got $1 million mind, you'll have $1 million pocket. If you got a $1 mind, you'll have $1 in your pocket.
Yeah, and that's definitely something I've had to learn for myself. But I wanted to ask you, because going from living in your car, this is a two-part question. How did your family feel when you first got your new house you were moving into, your new apartment, your new place you get to stay at, and it's yours and you could afford it, even though now you could afford it? How did your family feel? And then two, how did you feel personally?
One, I don't know how my family feels. I left without them knowing, so I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't. Like I said, everything I say is very true. I do believe in everything I say. I left the noise. That's it. They were telling me that I can't do it. They were telling me that other people are going to be more successful than me, and I was like, all right, bet, cool, that's fine. You believe whatever you want to believe. So my family they all went to work that day. I calculated it. I was like, okay, they're going to work on this day. Everybody's going to be out of the house. They're just going to come back. I'm not going to be there. That's just it. So I don't know. I blocked them all. I don't talk to any of them. So
wow,
it is what it is. if they're happy, cool. If they're sad, cool. I don't care. gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah.
But it feels good being able to, afford a spot. Be able to shower with some girls. I could be like, yeah, we could be as loud as we want now. Before it was like, my mom's in the room. You gotta stop.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like you'll make those connections and build those relationships back up in the future? Is that something?
Yeah. Once I got the money, yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm not. It's not that I cut my family off, for no reason. It's just like, bro, I can't hear that right now. I just can't. I love you, but I gotta love you from a distance.
Yeah.
Like I said, negativity, it's toxic. It's very toxic. I can't be around it. It's very detrimental, super detrimental, and some people, I see it a lot. Some people are truly brainwashed by other people's emotions. No, I can't leave my house. I can't leave my mom like this.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, bro, let's see how far you get. Hey,
Yeah.
because if you're just gonna base all your actions based off of somebody else's emotions, you're not gonna get very far. You just can't.
Yeah.
So, I'll rekindle all of them once I made it.
Mm-hmm.
And the time that I took away is going to make up for everything, So if I'm gone for a year, 2 years, I'll be able to come back. Yo, Mom, sorry that I had to leave, but, here's your house. Now we can spend as much time as we want together, you know? So.
That's another great way to look at it as well. And just something you said that I think was really cool. It's just like, people don't understand that negativity because they're not living through it, how suffocating it can feel.
Or some people are living through it, but they're truly, truly brainwashed.
Yeah.
Like, some people are really just, like, you can see, and when you really think about it, somebody says they want the best for you, but yet they won't let you do the best for you. And when you really start to see it, it's very different. You start like oh no, I'm not emotionally controlled. I'm not living my life through other people. And then it's like, okay, so why don't you do what you want to do? Oh, I gotta make sure I'm there for them. Why? Why are you there for them? Why you gotta be there for you, bro? Because when you're down in the gutter, who's gonna be there for you? You. That's all you got. Yeah. So some people are truly just brainwashed by other people's emotions, and it's sad to see, but hey, there's lions and gazelles in life, so.
Somebody in the chat asked, what would you be doing if you never started content creation?
I can't say the dark things that I would definitely. I don't know. I don't think I'd be. I don't know. I can't say I wouldn't be around because I don't think, doing those things to your life. Every life is precious, but I can't see myself doing anything else right now. I really can't. I'm proud. I'm thankful, and I'm just happy that I got the people that I have around me. So there's nothing. There's no other option. It's only this. This is all I got. So.
Yeah, I want to take a second and say shout out Cash App, my third viewer in the live stream, and
drop us some bread. Drop us some money, Cash App. Let's see if you're the real deal.
But another one was, I just wanted to say off of that point is, I feel like I've seen the most success come out of people when they don't have a plan B.
No, can't have a plan B.
When you got a plan B and you're like, oh, I might finish school, I might continue on this path, like, that's really not when it works out. Or that's not when you max out on your potential realistically.
Well, you look at the people with plan Bs, they're the most insecure people. Every single person with a plan B is insecure. All of them. Why do you doubt that you can't do it?
Yeah.
You're doubting yourself. That's insecurity, is it not? So you saying like, no, I need a plan B. You're insecure, bro. And it bleeds through. Everything bleeds through. You're insecure about something. You're doubting yourself that you can't do it. You can't think like that. You got to say, this is it because I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So.
And we go back to it again, but it's just something like when you're in this space, like, you need to have undeniable belief in yourself. Like, this is going to work. Like, this is the only thing that's going to work. Like, I told my sister the other day, like, I'm in the mode right now where it's like, get rich or die trying.
How old is she? She's
just turned 22. But she's killing it on her own. Like, she dropped out. I'm about to jump over this table. But she just yeah, no, she's killing it, and she's been succeeding in her own path of life, which is just sick because she didn't take the normal route either. Like she dropped out of college, and now she's a flight attendant. Yeah,
that's making bread.
yeah,
She's making bread.
She's
Yeah,
traveling the
people.
world,
Yeah,
getting to experience life, making good money, and now she wants to build up to being a pilot in the future, which is super sick. I don't know if I'd ever get on a plane she drives. I've seen the way she drives a car, so. But I'm super proud of her, and for her to just like, I know it was hard at the time to stop going to college and chase something else, chase something that was considered not the norm. You know, when you have all your friends doing this certain route, and when you had, I know my parents were telling her like, no, you have to go to school, have to go to school.
Yeah, that's the Latinos. That's the Latin side. That's the Latin, bro. And you know, I went through that. And like I said, I speak my best through experiences. All these things that I've said, I've really lived through it. I've been through it. You know, I lived my life through other people. You know, I was there. I went to college because my mom wanted me to. I didn't even want to go. Yeah. I was like, I don't want to go to this. I don't want to do this. And my mom was just like, no, you got to do it. I'm just like, all right, if that's going to make you happy. But, and then I really, you know, when I picked up that camera, I was just like, nah, fuck it. I'm doing this. I need to focus on what I got to do now.
Yeah, so I got 2 questions in my YouTube chat, and I got a bunch of people coming over from your Twitch, which is sick. I love you guys for coming over, and I love your chat for showing support. Sub up. But he said, are you thinking of buying a new dog in the next few months, and are you going to buy new shirts?
Yo, look. I told you I went in the red getting this apartment, all right? So I'm going through the 3-shirt rotation right now, but it's been this, you know, risk I took. I've been eating, so don't be surprised when I got all this bling and all these dogs, bro, cuz it's going to happen next month, so everything's good. But yeah, I will be getting a dog very soon. You know, I'm a huge pet person, very huge. Like, one of my side goals that I want to accomplish is opening a dog rehabilitation center. So, you know, so that's one of my side quests that I'm going to have to complete. But yeah, huge dog person. Love my dogs. So.
That's beautiful. What made you want to build up the dog rehabilitation center?
I watched a lot of dog documentaries. A lot of them. Crazy, almost sickening. It was almost sickening. Like, I would sit there from like age 8 to like 15 for 7 years. I was just sitting there like learning about breeds, and then it's just like people adopt a dog and then they just let them like sort of rot in their house, and it's just like they don't want to be through that. Like, what? Like, it's not the dog's choice to be there. So I want to be able to, you know, rehabilitate them, rehome them, and give them to like a loving family that, you know, won't do anything wrong to the dog.
Yeah,
you know?
I definitely.
Because dogs can't talk or nothing. They can't pick up a gun and shoot you. So it's like, well, what do they do wrong here? You know?
Yeah, and it's something I thought about because prior you saw the golden doodle I have.
Yeah.
He's a big boy. He takes a lot of exercise, and honestly, I feel like a piece of doo-doo when I don't take him on walks. I'm not taking him out as much. Thankfully, I have an amazing cousin. She comes by all the time and like takes him to the mall. Literally takes him on hikes. So when I can't, she does it. But I try to go outside with him every day, and it just like it makes me sad, honestly. Like, just thinking about my dog trapped in a house. Like, all he wants to do is have fun.
Yeah.
And which is the most amazing thing, and that's why they're man's best friend. Like, you come home from all these stresses of life, and you're just like going through the motions, and here's this dog. Happy to see you. Happy to always be with you. Like, nothing can bring him down. It's like, exactly. You got to be like them in that sense. You got to
live like them. Always. You got to be as happy as you possibly can all the time. Somebody asked a question again.
Yeah. Somebody said, I have a question. What would you do if you didn't make it? What if you only had 8 subscribers? Would you still be grinding?
100%. Always. Yeah. It doesn't matter, because this is the other point. If you're not growing in your content space, you have to look inwards always. If you've been stuck at 100 subscribers for the past 10 years, you got to be looking inside yourself and be like, okay, there's something wrong with me. You know, and that's a hard fact that a lot of people can't do. A lot of people think they know it all. A lot of people think that no, I'm this. All right, if you're that, let's see it. Let's see what's going on here. But you got nothing, so you got to look. You gotta look inwards and be like, oh, you know what? People don't like me. It's not me, it's them. No, nobody has liked you for the past 10 years. Maybe you're a dickhead and you got to change your ways.
Yeah.
Like,
I got shout out to Parker real quick. He subbed up from the Twitch. So
hey, shout out Parker, bro.
Yeah, I love people who show love. You know what I mean? It's hard.
That's all we do. What is it, chat? Spread peace, love, and positivity, bro.
And I got another question in here for you, which is hilarious. But they asked if he's ever gonna pull out his worm in the future streams.
My worm will be pulled out in a future stream. But shout out to everybody that understands that inside joke, because that sounds crazy.
Right? Yeah, it does.
Shout out to those. But to put some context behind the worm thing, I used to be a pocket freak. Everything would be in my pocket. I had worms, beetles, centipedes, cereal, noodles, everything I can possibly. What? Everything I possibly can, nuts. All in my pocket. Growing up, everything.
Yeah.
You name it, I probably had it in my pocket. I had soup in my pocket at one point.
What the heck?
I'm being so serious. I swear on everything.
But I'll say this. That's how you know you touch grass, because only weirdos are doing that are outside, loving the grass, loving the dirt. Like, if you're inside on
pebbles,
the PC.
sand, all of it. I had all of it.
Yeah.
I had dirt in my pocket. I had sand. I'd blow it in people's face.
Mm-hmm.
I had mulch in my pocket. I had a whole bunch of things. So, yup.
I don't want to see the worm. No, but this is hilarious, and appreciate Alex for subbing up too.
W Alex, bro.
Yeah,
Alex.
I gotta say, man, you have great idea on the live stream, because I love this, like the live interaction. This is really cool to see the people get to chat to us, get to ask us questions, and then also see them coming in live is cool. Like right now, I only have 4 people watching me, but it's the best. I
4 million.
Yeah, like
it's amazing.
I feel like I tell everybody this. Like when I have 5 people, 4 people, 3, even 1 person watching me, like they don't understand all my day-to-day life. Like I interact with my dad and maybe 1 friend here and there. Like other than that, I'm just strictly working. So when multiple people are watching me, listening to me, just coming to see my content, it's amazing.
Yep.
Because me personally, like, I think all my content is shit, and it's so hard to get over that. I don't know how you feel about it, because I think you're a great content creator, and I love the content I've seen from you so far. But for me, like, I'm the greatest step.
That's something I'll say right now. I'm the world's greatest content creator. I'm the best there ever will be. There's nobody that can compare to me. That's it. I'm just the best. I'm the world's greatest. That's it. That's the mentality I have, and that's the mentality I'll always have, that I'm the greatest. And it's not because of the numbers right now. It's just that I'm able to look inward a lot. I'm just like, okay, if it's not good, then that means I'm just not good enough. So I just gotta get better. That's it. But that's it.
Yeah, and I need to adopt that mindset. But that's also another beautiful thing about having guests like you on, because it was something we spoke about yesterday on the phone. But when I invite people into my studio, when I get to sit down for an hour and a half, 2 hours, like, I think of these people as my friend. Whether the guest thinks of me as a friend or not, I will always look at all my guests as a friend, because they're coming into early stages of my podcast. They don't know what to expect. It's not like I have hundreds of thousands of views coming in. So they're really showing me love and respect by coming in and giving me their time, and I appreciate that a ton. So when I get to have friends with a mentality like you yourself, it's amazing, because I just get to bounce off ideas anytime. Like, I'm like, yo, I feel this way, that way. I could just text somebody, call somebody, and then hear that, and I'm like, dude, my perspective in life is just so messed up. I need to completely change. Because if I thought like that, I'd probably already be dominating the podcast space, but
you got a potential. You got all of it. You got, I'm telling you right now, if you really locked in for 3 months, I think you'd be very, very, you'd be a force to be reckoned with. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah.
With just this setup alone, like, oh my God, bro, but sometimes you gotta lose it all to really appreciate what you got, and that's something that I dealt with at one point. I got banned 8 times on my original account. I've lost my account 8 times.
What'd you get banned for?
I don't even know.
Wow.
I just got banned. I just woke up, shit was gone. Everything was gone. Woke up, and it happens like that, chat. It really happens like that. I woke up, my account was gone. I woke up, Next day, apartment's gone. Woke up next day, living in my car. Day after day, it's something, bro. Woke up, woke up, dad was gone. You know, it's just it's what it is, bro.
That's something.
R.I.P. to Pop Stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss.
Hey, it is what it is, bro.
When did he pass, if you don't mind me asking?
He passed in October.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did that feel? Did it hit you hard?
Nah, I didn't. I mean, it was just like, I don't know, like, I really live and breathe peace, love, and positivity, you know? So my mom woke me up one night. My mom woke me up. I went to sleep. I remember I'll say this first. The last thing he said to me was, yo, do what you have to do. Follow your dreams. Your mom will never understand. That's it. And literally 5 hours later, my mom comes busting my room. Yo, your dad's dead. Wow. And I was like, all right, we got to go. Like, we got to go see him now. And she was crying. Everybody in the house was crying. And everybody was like, yo, what's wrong with you? I'm like, hey, he's happy. Like, he's good now. You know, he's not suffering no more. So we got to go see him now. That's it. And, you know, I go through it. You know, I shedded a couple tears here and there. But, you know, ain't nothing like, hey, bro, you can't let things slow you down. Not anything, you know? Your life is to continue to go, you know? His life is done, but my life has to keep going, so I got to do some things now, you know? I don't want to... Everything I do, I try to live my best through him and through the universe, so...
What did he mean to you? Because just through hearing that small bit, I feel like he left his legacy on your shoulders, like you said.
Yeah, I got his last name. I'm one of the last Velasquez's out there. So shout out my little brother. You know, he's also the last one. That's it. We're the only Velasquez left. He had all daughters. So me and my little brother are the only ones with the last name. So that's what he left me with. He left me with his last name. My dad passed away with $0 in his bank account. Nothing. Like that. He left me his last name, and I gotta carry it through. I gotta make the best of it as much as I can. That's it. But yeah, my dad was my superhero. I just, like I said, my outlook on life is just so different. It's just that, it's literally, hey, bro, you gotta live tomorrow, though.
Yeah, that's truly a blessing. Your dad sounds like an amazing man, especially when you reference him. My dad was as your superhero.
He was a G.
Yeah,
that's it. He was a G. Nobody would step up to my dad, bro. My dad was, he would, hey, you know. So yeah, I try my best to be as tough as I possibly can, because that's what he showed us to do, and you know, trying to follow my dreams. That's it.
Yeah, and it's sad, but it's a part of life. Like, we all know one day it's gonna end.
For everybody, even us. You know, I could go home right now, and on my way home get into a car accident, and I'm dead today. You know, and it can happen to anybody. You could go to sleep now, wake up tomorrow. You got to make the most of today, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. If you look at somebody and they say, I got tomorrow, you can just tell that person is living a very comfortable, spoiled life. Because how do you have that outlook? How can you say, like, I have tomorrow? You're not guaranteed that. You have a comfortable life. You think you have tomorrow. Yeah. You're a human, bro. You could wake, bro, you go to sleep dead. That's it. That's just how it is. So you got to really take advantage of what's happening now. Everything is happening in the moment. Everything. So
that's powerful, man. So I got a few questions. We're going to do a 180 because, you know, when chat asks questions, it's a little crazier. But Alex said, I got another question. Are you going to slap your fans with your worm if you do a meet and greet?
No, next question.
Okay, same. It says, I violated the child policy. I don't get it. Oh, they're talking about getting banned. He's a little... He said, hey, I don't want it to end, but around how many more hours will the podcast go?
We're about to close up right now. I was about to tell Steve this was a wonderful podcast. Everything is lit. I love my fans. I love everybody out there. You know, thank you guys for following this journey. I won't let you guys down. You're watching a creator in the making. I just have one song request if you could do it.
Yeah, talk to me.
Champagne Poetry.
Champagne Poetry?
Yeah, and
let
then
me throw it on.
Well, Steve, you gotta say your goodbyes to everybody first. And then pan it back over. So
of course. I just want to say goodbye to everybody. I appreciate James for coming on. It's been amazing sitting down and being able to talk to him. I appreciate you guys in the chat, in his chat, and as well as my chat for coming on. This has been a once-in-a-lifetime experience, honestly, because this makes me more motivated to live stream other podcasts. And even if it's not podcasts, just get in the studio and live stream, because it's cool to give somebody a chance to see what I've built. Like something I told you, I got a chance to build this with my dad. My dad's my superhero. I love him. And it's just really cool because I really never get a chance to show this off. And I don't know why, but this is my opportunity. And I try to grow, not only for myself, but for my dad, you know what I mean? Because I'm a representation of him. Like, he helped me build this. He built a lot of this by himself before I was here to help. And I just want to put him on the map and put everything he's done on the map as well, you know? So thank you guys for coming on. This has been a beautiful experience, and thank you for coming by, dude. This has been sick.
Yeah, of course, it's my first one. Hopefully, you know, and like I said, guys, you're watching a creator being made, the world's greatest. Don't forget it. And yeah, bro, it's only up from here. God, it's only up. So you guys are watching. You guys are gonna come back to this podcast. Yo, I can't believe James was like this. Look how much he's changed. Look how much he's grown. So if you guys are here for the journey, if you guys are ready to see something happen, go ahead and hit that follow. Don't forget to follow me.
Champagne Poetry
by Drake.
Drake? Gotcha.
Yeah.
We're not going to get banned for copyright, right?
No. Because I'm gonna say my outro, go like this, then you can literally end right there.
You got it.
Alright, chat. Y'all know what time it is. I love y'all boys! Spread peace, love, and positivity, bro. And I will catch y'all boys in the next one. I'm out of here, bro.